Oke, baik. Halo, Ismat Serafi, Dian Kusuma, bantu stream. Aku lagi gamer, bantu stream. Dan mereka bantu stream. Bang pakai PC atau HP? PC. Soalnya masalah bisa sih. Genshin terus bisa dulu guys, nggak bisa sama komputer sama HP, sekarang udah bisa, cuma nggak kayak sih. Oke. Oke semuanya, selamat datang channel Gasora, dan ini kita akan main genshin. Koneksi aman. Aku lupa aku mau ngapain. Kita awal-awal ikut dulu aja quest. Jadi quest lama kayaknya sih. Aku aja baru ngerjain sekarang. Event kayaknya. Aku aja baru ngerjain sekarang. Halo yang boleh bergabung. Jangan lupa follow aku @gasora @gasora1 di Instagram, soalnya aku lebih sering upload jadwal di situ. Oke. Ini bukan pertama ya, pas lama yakin dong.
This way.
Oh, Paimon sees the cart, but what are these hilly trails? To the rescue!
Halo, coba berarti.
Oz, reveal thyself! Let's dance!
Buset, biasanya aku biasanya aku 3 untuk laser loh. Komboku jadi Satu.
These hilly churls are a little too obsessed with food for their own good. But
Phew. I'm fine, thanks to you. You were just in time. Any later and all you found here is a pile of pulp. And I don't think there'd be much. Got it. Well, thanks again. I'd better not delay this delivery any longer. So, thanks to you too.
Enemy following.
Enemy? I think we're a little closer than that. On some level, you could even say that we're brother and sister.
Rosaria, what the heck are you doing here?
Kira musuh sama si Ren.
Wait, actually, turning up at random places is pretty normal for you. Okay, next question. What the heck do you mean, brother and sister?
Varka taught you how to use that sword, I take it. Swift but powerful. I can spot that old-timer style anywhere.
Huh?
I see you're not much of a talker. Well, there's something else you could learn from Varka.
It's okay. I will wait.
Brother and sister? Oh, Paimon gets it. Varka is a father figure to both of them, so that...
Well, blood relations are overrated anyway, don't you think? I get it. In the final moments of your life, the people there with you won't necessarily be your blood relatives.
Okay.
Cold, dark grown-up. You also don't remember what your real mother and real father look like?
Huh. So you're helping him dig up some info on his biological parents. And trying to help him build up. All right, you got me. I barely have any memories of my birth parents. The last time I saw them was long before I had any understanding of the world around me. But that seems pretty common. Even in this day and age, there are plenty of people in the world who can't stop thinking. Anyway, if you're never gonna meet someone,
No, you are wrong about that. Lupical protect each other. Human
Fine. So let's say you do find out who your parents were and they were saints. Or the opposite, they were complete monsters. What then? How would that affect your life choices? What would you do about it?
Whew, Rosaria's take is a little on the nose. That's a hard one for Razor to answer.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make this any more difficult than it already is. The sun nurtures many good things, but it can't do anything about the problems lurking in the shadows.
Wow, Rosaria.
All right, I'll leave it there. Take this flower. It's icy cold, just like me. Barbara's busy preparing the sung poetry event for the Vinelesa Fest. She couldn't get away, so I picked an ingredient out on behalf of the church.
But can we really use a mist flower? Won't it freeze the entire barrel?
No, not now that I've dealt with it. The bard did say to think.
Aw, Rosaria! You're more thoughtful than Paimon realized. Wait! You heard the bard say that? Were you spying on us?
Thank you.
Don't mention it, it's nothing. Varka's been a big help to. Good luck finding your answers.
Now you see her, now you don't. Paimon's slowly getting used to her style.
Ganti nggak?
Razor,
Her words are like mist flower. They are cold, and they sting. But cold also good for wounds, like wolf hook.
Apa?
I need to think about it. Maybe then I will understand.
Kita udah pada tahu loh kalau kalau sebelum kenapa waktu itu.
Okay, I will come with you. I think while we walk.
Mungkin gara-gara dia pakai apa namanya? Nah itu loh. Apa namanya? Aku lupa namanya. Salah. sebenarnya nggak perlu jadi, tapi lumayan weh. Jadi kita lanjut aja. Soalnya quest utamanya itu hadiahnya belum begitu bagus. Tuh bisa ini. Empat tadi deh. Saya bisa lupa di semua. Halo Reza P. Aduh, aku harus cek. Welcome terus stream Reza. Salah pencet ya. Ah! Salah pencet ya. Jadi berapi ya? Oke, sekarang kita ke Inazuma. Poin. Nah. Ada yang donatur pertama loh, Reza. Ding. Oke. Lah, baru cuma jalan bentar.
Let's see. Where's the person I
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's...
What about me?
Ah, you must also be here to try. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did? We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
Spasinya nggak tahu berapa sering.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his... I can't claim to fully... Truth be told...
Seems like he's a well... You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and...
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of true. But that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like... a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But...
Okay, well, if you... Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some...
I keep a diary? If you say so.
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time...
Perfect! So if we want to...
If you don't mind, we will leave you...
Mungkin gampang yakin atau enggak. Bisa gitu.
This looks like Tejima's diary. area. Let's see today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I... Huh? Wait, I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of...
Vision kayak gitu. Pindah tunggu aja lah. Oh, ini pula. Kira si Teji.
So this is the Omamori Teji.
Oh, kira.
Interesting.
Tapi yang lihat vision loh.
Anyway,
Coba.
if he had this with him all the time...
Gunakan elemental psych. Hulu. Gini loh, gini. How? Aduh. How guys? Guys. Halo, Isu Ucu. Guys, ada yang tahu caranya itu? Caranya elemental psych. Caranya munculin kursor. Kontrol. Tombol. Ganti mode membidik. Untuk Garuda, buka atas, buka beta, apa mau nantas, buka menu chat, baru mesin khusus untuk itu. Oh, akhiri. Boom.
Guess we can rest a bit.
Akhiri. Oh, ditahan. Elemental psych. Oh, iya bener. Jejaknya hilang. Mau dibawa kemana gitu ini? Berarti nggak apa ya, Yusuf? 7. Oh.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Teji... The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe it must be something...
Vision. Benda penting di chapter ini ada vision. Jika kita terpisah dalam perang ini,
Sounds so
tunggu aku di
familiar.
desa Konde.
Where is that place
Kan ada
again?
rumah aman untuk kita. Siapa itu?
Huh. So the reason Tejima came here, but he's been here for 30 years. Oh, well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and...
Oke, mana Tejima? Dari pagi sampai siang. Kira dia masih di sana kakek.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. But I have no... Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here. Over the years,
30
I must have made a
tahun
note
dia
of anything interesting. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love? Regret? Everything I felt for her? No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all... I think... maybe not. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember when I think about it like that? How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feel... I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, seems it's just like that certainly explains this. At least we were able to.
Ada orang-orang lagi.
Well, let's go find the next.
Tuh kan, orang-orang itu. Pertanyaanku.
According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Pertanyaanku benar. Ini NPC jarang kayak gitu loh.
Let's get down to business.
Oke.
My royal.
Ini aku di air nih.
Finally. To the very
benar. Apa ini? Aduh. Ini puzzle. Oke, lumayan saya dapat.
Empty chest. Good for storage.
Elektrodium sedikit. Kita ke sana. Kalau di dekat istana mah ada, ya kan? Wih. Oke.
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
Ini juga ya kalau samurai sih.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining. But why would they take action? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency
The entire clan is counting on that food! We demand an explanation! How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions!
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps this is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and in the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to. Maybe we should talk to...
Ini warga-warganya ngira Shogun udah mereka nggak ngerasain.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to black. My own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why would...
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I will perform certain... And it's not just that. I have this
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provision?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. If you don't believe me...
But we better confirm. Let's go. We should be able to find...
Cari cara lagi deh. Oh, alah. Gue kira musuh.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean,
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more with it. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on... You demand, Bob!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Midnight Phantasmagoria!
I can't carry it.
oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of...
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that...
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom.
You've got a deal. Now...
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here.
Yeah. A lot, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general... We better talk to this Miss Aoi, and as for you guys, you're free to go. Just...
Yes. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we...
Shut it. Let's...
Oke. Surat utang. Yang utang penduduk atau... Yang utang penduduk atau si... Lebih tinggi sebelum ya. Bisa. Oh, ada jalan. Ya, bisa. Oh, ada susah nyari info. Kan? Jangan cepat.
to
Halo,
Tsukumomono
Krishna Bayu Aji.
Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something?
Gak ada petinya.
Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take.
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? The price is...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully... Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if... So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people...
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions, and no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained, and now the...
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask, of course. As for why he chose to spend his own... If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to...
Sword? What?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable... I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from... In hindsight, why don't you ask him... Oh, but...
But we didn't...
Don't worry. I won't charge him.
At least we now know. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again. And...
Murah.
What are you doing?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing a...
Strange. Is that really the kind of... I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow... This sword was one... I remember once when I was young. I wanted to sneak out with the blade. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two taking on seemingly... But what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help. And the irony of all of it is... I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another... When we get the... In any case, we must never let him sell up... Yeah. Seems like, look, fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Non-traveler OP. Terus yang terakhir nih. Marah-marah tuh, traveler tuh OP. Jangan dari ini. Tak lupa. Vision. Kayak. Bentar.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts.
Nanti aku cari lah
Paimon
teorinya.
heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten
It's just because he's been possessed.
Hey there! Did something...
Who are you?
Alah.
Don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples?
Murid lah.
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo, but then we got here and overheard you talking about how he...
From the way you're dressed, please, accept my apologies. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Sensei's name is, though self-taught, he once said that his goal was to be... And so... But then...
Masuk, biar
Not
cepet.
long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strangest
cepet.
things
Eh.
over. Junya and I have discussed it, and but if I'm honest, I still have...
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty... Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand... So don't worry, Nanako.
Miko apa?
The exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
Aduh, mesti tunggu beberapa hari gitu. Jangan,
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, when she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. He was covering, all the while he kept calling those... One of them was... Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has... Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water.
masuk. Saha tuh?
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after...
Tadinya payah bantu saya. Tapi ya udah sih dia. Saran.
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta
Jangan-jangan
be
dia
him!
domon apa itulah.
How? Are you sure your Domon's disciple? Unless... I guess it's been a few years.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking, and what are you doing sneaking around?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day, long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's
His senior?
Anzai. Yes, that's because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master, studying Meikyo Shisui art together. I had begun training 5 practitioners of but Domon, Sensei Scope. I thought so too at the time. But Domon began making swift progress in his training, and even only then he was consumed.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced of all the disciples. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost later. After that, I wanted. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he? I decided to quietly. So you see, I came here not to cause it. Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we could. Still, Paimon's not sure we.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean that he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign, but spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession, and all is certainly not...
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news. Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yai is most... I am unable to say for certain...
Excuse me, Miss...
That won't be necessary. I must leave now. But we will meet soon at the...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our...
Sure! After all, who knows? Maybe we'll be...
Lihat wujudnya kayak gimana. Alah. Anjas. Jauh. Kenapa? Oh no, kepencet. No, kepencet.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication.
30 detik. Iya, sorry, Chris, kepencet sumpah. Ya berapa menit? 47. Oke. Mungkin cukup sekian live kali ini ya. Kita story doang gitu. Ada pembicaraan. Kita sudah sampai jumpa di live atau video berikutnya. Bye bye.